From the Panhandle to the Valley, El Paso to Texarkana, there are giant matchups in Week 7 of the Texas high school football season. Wow, it's just like Speed 2, only with a bus instead of a boat. We're fixing to pick 'em. Welcome in to Fixin' to Pick'em in partnership with the NFHS Networks, your guide to the Texas high school football weekend. My name is Greg Tepper of Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com. Thank you for tuning in. We're at Week 7 of the Texas high school football season, getting right into the thick of district play. Big games all over the place. We start in Austin. 7:30 p.m. Friday night at the Lake Travis Athletic Complex. It's the 25-6A matchup we've been waiting for. The Austin Westlake Chaparrals take on the Lake Travis Cavaliers. What are the keys to this matchup? Well, number one, the quarterback battle. It had to be this, right? You've got two of the most preeminent signal callers in the state going toe-to-toe in a clash you won't want to miss. Sam Ellinger for Westlake is back after suffering an injury earlier in the season. He played in the second half last week and looks like he's back to his usual self. And Charlie Brewer, the quarterback for Lake Travis, well, he's been steady as she goes. He's been great. Who comes out in this epic battle of signal callers? Key number two, LT's rushing defense. And this has been an issue for the Cavaliers all season. Their first two games against Converse Judson and Cibolo Steel, albeit great teams, they give up more than 300 yards on the ground. They've been better of late, but all told, they're giving up more than 4.5 yards per carry. That's not going to fly against an outstanding Westlake running game led by Nakia Watson. Can the Cavaliers defense do the job, or will Watson have a field day? And key number three, the streak. So if you're not in Central Texas, this may come as a surprise to you because Westlake and Lake Travis have been two of Central Texas's most preeminent programs. But Lake Travis has dominated this series of late. In fact, they've won 8 straight. Can Westlake crack the code, even on the road, and take down their rival Cavaliers? Who am I picking? I like Lake Travis in this one. A big part of this is that they're at home, and you don't pick against a streak, especially when you're at home. But beyond that, I don't know that Westlake has seen a quarterback of the caliber that they're going to see in Charlie Brewer. This is an outstanding Westlake defense, and they're going to have a chance to stand on their head and take down one of the most prolific offenses in Central Texas. But for now, I like the Cavaliers to come out with a big win. Let's move down to Laredo, 7:30 p.m. Friday night at Bill Johnson Student Activity Center in beautiful Laredo, Texas. It's the United Longhorns taking on the United South Panthers in a critical district matchup. Both teams entering this game at 4-1. What are the keys to this rivalry matchup? Well, number one, United's offensive diversity. You need to start paying attention to this United offense because they're awful impressive. Whether it's their quarterback David Sanchez or their running back Isaac Velasquez, they can beat you in a lot of different ways. Does the United South defense have what it takes to make United one-dimensional? Key number two, United South's pass rush. So South only has 5.5 sacks on the year, and that seems like a pretty low number considering they've played 5 games. But keep in mind, they haven't played a ton of pass-heavy teams. This will probably be the pass-heaviest team they've played so far. If you look at the other stats, they've gotten great pressure in the backfield. 33 tackles for loss so far. Their outside linebacker, Omar Barajas, has been sensational. Can the United South defense get pressure on United? And key number three, big brother versus little brother. I don't mean that disparagingly, it's just the truth. United has been around a long time, a lot longer than South has, and they've dominated this series. They are 17-5 all time against United South. They've won 13 in a row. They haven't lost a game to South since 2002. Can South come up with what it takes to shock the Laredo area? Who am I picking? I like United in this one. Not only do you not pick against a streak, but I just think the offensive diversity and firepower that United has with Sanchez and Velasquez will take them to a win here. South is going places. South is going to be in the playoffs, and they're going to be a tough out when they get there. But for now, I think United continues their winning ways against their rival. Friday night at Pirate Stadium in Waco, it's Waco La Vega taking on Liberty Hill. This is the biggest test to date for the defending champs La Vega, and these two teams have had absolute wars over the years. I think this game is going to be close. I think it's going to be very low scoring, but I think the defending champs La Vega come out with a win. Battle of Unbeatens Friday night in Newton at Singletary Stadium as Newton welcomes in Crockett. This Crockett team is dangerous. You want to keep an eye on them. They've got the explosive weapons to take advantage if Newton falls down on the job defensively, but I just think this Newton team is playing too well right now. They've got too many offensive weapons. I think the Eagles come away with a win. Another battle of unbeatens, this one in Beaumont at the Butch Thomas Educational Support Center as the Beaumont Westbrook welcomes in the Woodlands. If you haven't heard about this Beaumont Westbrook team, they can run the ball, and even though Joel Denley's been a little bit banged up, their running game is humming right now. This is a big test for the Woodlands, but I think they pass it on the arm of Eric Schmidt. But those are far from the only big games in Week 7 of the Texas high school football season. Let's get to the lightning round. I like Wellington to beat Memphis. Give me Valley over Guthrie in our 6-man game of the week. And I think Sunnyvale stays unbeaten against Dallas Madison. I'm taking Zadok Dinkelman and Somerset to beat Beeville Jones. Give me San Antonio Johnson to take down Churchill. And I think Refugio takes care of Ganado. I like Pottsboro to take down Howe. Port Neches Groves stays unbeaten with a win over Viter. And in the Little Southwest Conference, I like Odessa Permian just barely over Midland. Battle of unbeatens in Houston, I like Manville to beat Fort Bend Marshall. Give me Iowa Park to take down Crum. And I think Highland Park continues their district dominance with a win over West Mesquite. I like Galena Park North Shore to beat Humble Atascocita. Give me Elysian Fields to take down Wascom. And I think El Paso Chapin takes down El Paso Bowie. In the Battle of Aggieland, I like College Station to beat A&M Consolidated. Let's go with China Spring over Burnett. And I think Carthage gets back to their winning ways. They take down Kilgore. And finally, I like Canadian to beat Childress. In an upset, I like Brownwood to take down Abilene Wiley, and Atlanta beats Pittsburgh. That's going to do it for Fixing to Pick'em in partnership with the NFHS Networks. What am I wrong about? Which games did I miss? Leave comments down below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Follow us on Twitter at DCTF. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/Dave Campbell's. And of course, see us at texasfootball.com. Thanks for watching. Enjoy Week 7 of the Texas high school football season. We'll see you.